Welcome to Chatting the Pictures. My name is Cara Finnegan, and I'm a writer, teacher, and historian of photography.
And I'm Michael Shaw. I'm a writer, a psychologist, and also publisher of Reading the Pictures.
Many photos from the climate crisis have been otherworldly. What makes this one unique is the dialogue, or the clash, between climate disaster and a potential green future.
Nuno Andre Ferreira took this photo for EPA. It shows firefighters tackling a forest fire in the Guarda district in central Portugal on August 19, 2022. Fires in Portugal and the Western Mediterranean have been raging since July. At times, smoke from the blazes, centered in the forest region of central Portugal, have obscured skyscrapers in Madrid, 250 miles away. The month of July was the warmest in Portugal in almost 100 years. That week, the country registered 215 wildfires, requiring the mobilization of over 8,000 firefighters.
There have been a lot of photos that really visually chronicle the dramatic quality of these raging fires. And this photo is a bit different from that. It seems to be inviting the viewer to engage almost in a process of reflection about how issues bigger than this individual situation are affecting not only Europe, but people and places around the world. Part of the power of this photo lies in its logic of juxtaposition. So we're invited to contrast the wind turbine, the icon of a solution to the problem of climate change, many would say. We're invited to contrast that with the immediate challenge of the moment, these fires and the extreme weather caused by climate change. And so this photo really puts a kind of a big interpretive responsibility on the viewer to make sense of what's happening here.
This is an incredibly suggestive photograph. It really draws on a lot of different interpretations. Green energy, is it too little too late? I even think about Don Quixote in this instance and the comparison between the wind turbine and the windmill. In a way, it's kind of pick your interpretation here, given how fraught our climate future is.
One reading of this photo would notice that the wind turbine seems to kind of dramatically rise above the fire and the dark smoke. It's up closer to the sun, to the blue sky, maybe offering a kind of future alternative where we might be able to prevent the kind of disasters that are represented by the fires down below. At the same time, there's a different reading. You might even argue a nearly opposite reading. The fires, the excessive heat that spark are signs of what to come, and they will literally gobble up and destroy our attempts to green our energy future.
And there's also the imagery of the road, and you would think that in a juxtaposition, you have like the better and worse alternatives on either side of the road. Nothing looks great on either side. I also think that this gives us a chance to talk about the unique, and I would say iconic form of the wind turbine. It is an object that's been really more unusual, almost novel, but they really are rooted in the past. It is the modern day windmill.
I also noticed that the photographer puts us on the ground, right, with those firefighters, as if we're just another part of that small group of people trying to figure out what to do in the face of a very complex looking situation. I think that's important as well, because we're invited not only to kind of stop and reflect on what's being juxtaposed here, but I think we're also invited to think about it on a human scale and think about what it is that people can or maybe can't do to solve the visual drama of the problem in front of them.